Hey everybody, Jack from Jack's Meat Shack. We're back today with an amazing turkey from Field and Flower, and what I want to do is show you how we can basically butcher this turkey into its component parts. Turkeys are expensive, the cost of living crisis is real, so why not talk about how we can get a few different meals from this turkey. So everyone usually buys a turkey, cooks it for Christmas Day, and then they might have loads of leftovers, and sometimes you don't really do much more with them than maybe sandwiches, maybe a stew. So what I want to show you today is how we can basically buy a turkey, break it down into its component parts. So we've got legs, we've got wings, we've got breasts, we've got the carcass. So I will basically do a bit of almost like a carve of a raw turkey, and all you're going to need is just a sharp, decent knife, because we're not going to go through like bone, we don't need to saw anything. What we're going to do is basically just take the turkey apart as nature kind of intended us to do so. So the legs, for example, they're only held together by one sort of ball and socket joint, so we can easily get around that with a knife. And then yeah, I will show you how to basically cook these different cuts. It's a 5.5 kilo turkey. A good rule of thumb for serving sort of people meat is 250 grams. If you think of a steak, so if you've got a decent steak in a restaurant, 250 gram steak is a fairly good sized portion of meat. No different to turkey. So if you're serving people for Christmas Day, a kilo of turkey breast meat would easily go around 4 people. Might be a little bit stingy on the portions, but if you're, worrying about cost, then this is a fairly cost-effective way of buying a whole turkey and feeding a large amount of people. So what we'll do, we'll show you how to take it apart. As I said, it's pretty simple. We'll start off with the legs, then the wings, then we can either leave the breasts on the actual carcass. So my plan with this is to take the legs off, take the wings off, take the breasts off the carcass, and then I want to use the carcass to make turkey gravy. So I will show you how to do all these different cooks over the next few reels. So yeah, let's get butchering. Sharp knife through the skin until you come to like the ball and socket joint, which basically joins the leg to the rest of the carcass, and you can basically use your hands to break this joint and then cut through the rest of the skin. So just be gentle, you don't want to like hack into the rest of the carcass or anything, but sooner or later you will find it and it will be there, so you can use your knife to separate it, or a bit of positive pressure, and that will crack the joint, and then all that's left to do is use your knife to cut through the rest of the skin, and that basically separates the leg from the rest of the carcass. Then you can divide it up into the thigh and the drum. It's totally up to you, leave it whole, you do you. But I'll show you again on the other side. There's the ball and socket joint, bit of pressure just to snap that joint, and then use your sharp knife, go in between the bones, and you've separated the leg from the carcass. The wings are a little bit trickier. They're bigger than a chicken wing, so they're a little bit more denser. The bones are thicker, so it will take a little bit longer to actually get it out of the carcass. But work your knife around the joint. There's a bone that connects it to the front sort of rib cage area, and all you need to do, like the thigh joint basically, is find that bone and just separate it from the rest of the body. A little bit of positive pressure can help expose it, and there you go, a lovely wing. These are pretty big. 2 of these would easily do one person for a meal. They're that big. And then just repeat the other side. So find that joint, cut round using the tip of the knife, break that joint, and then cut the sinew that connects it to the rest of the body. Bob's your uncle. So we've taken off the legs and the wings, and effectively what we're left with now is just basically like the turkey crown. So you've still got the carcass. So at this point, if you're not comfortable with going any further without taking the breasts off, leave it. You can still roast this as your Christmas turkey. It'll still taste amazing. You've still got loads of nice fat there that's going to help like flavour all your veggies underneath, if you're going to roast your vegetables underneath your turkey. But what I want to do now is basically go a little bit further and just take the breasts off of the turkey crown So we have got 2 individual turkey breasts that we can do 2 different recipes with. So let's do that now. So for this, you're going to need a fairly sharp knife, and if you use your fingers, you'll be able to find the center of the breast, which is like the breastbone here. And what you do is you'll get your knife and you'll make an incision along the side of this bone until you hit the rib cage of the turkey almost, and then just using your knife, you're just going to follow that down as close to the bone as you can. Obviously careful of your fingers. There we have it, one of our breasts removed. So again, use your fingers to find that breastbone, and then using your knife, just going to make an incision next to it. There we go, that's our second turkey breast removed. Not too bad, I do say so myself. So effectively now, we've got amazing turkey carcass that we can make some gravy out of. There's a little bit of meat left on it from obviously where I'm not like a skilled butcher. This is pretty much like have a go here at home, you know what I mean? So we'll, yeah. Don't be too hard on me in the comments. But all this amazing fat will keep, because that's going to make some wicked gravy. So let's just move all this. So here we go. This is our butchered turkey on a tray. 2 breasts, 2 wings, 2 legs, which you can split down into thighs and drums, but we're not going to do that. So yeah, with each part of this turkey we can create a different dish now. So over the next few reels I'll be showing you how to do that.